Hi students, welcome to ACE Academy. I am Lankeshwar Rao, General Science and Science and Technology faculty. Today we are going to discuss about some of the important questions pattern which is related to science and technology and environment point of view. So here we provide some of the examples of previous year's questions. So in which orientation they raised with respect to science and technology and environment point of view. So these type of interesting questions we will explain in this section. Okay. So before going to the important questions analysis, here one of the important announcement for SSC CGL aspirants who are preparing for SSC CGL Tier 1. Our ACE Academy offers this recorded course. So here we are offered fully recorded videos. Okay, so these are the course details. For 3 months, the course fee is 2,499 rupees. For 6 months, 4,499 rupees, and 12 months, 6,999 rupees. Okay, so these are all completely recorded videos. So you can utilize in 24/7, and this course cover general awareness, next numerical aptitude, next general intelligence and reasoning, and English comprehensions. Okay, next the speciality of this course is here it is the course features. So 350 plus hours recorded videos we offered. Next, free online tests are also be provided here. And next, 24/7 chat support is also be there. And next, live doubt clearing section is also we offered in this course. Okay, so to get this course, you have to download ACE online app from Google Play Store or Windows Store or Apple App Store, whatever it is. Okay, so after that, if you select the course, then you can get the credentials, login credentials. So finally, you can access the corresponding course. Okay, so this course is completely related to SSC CGL Tier 1 examination. Here, so the total syllabus will be covered, so which is concerns to SSC CGL Tier 1 point of view. Yes, so this is the course details of this recorded videos, this recorded course section, right? So next, here it is the first question. So today we are going to discuss about some of the important questions pattern which related to environment and science and technology point of view, especially in SSC CGL Tier 1. Yes, so here it is. ISRO's Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle successfully launched a remote sensing satellite of which country on 28th February 2021? Yes, so here it is. Brazil, Mexico, Cuba, next Spain. So what did they mention? So ISRO Polar Satellite, nothing but PSLV. So successfully launched remote sensing satellite. Remote sensing satellite, the advantage of remote sensing satellite is it can use it to analyze about the surface area, okay, how much amount of moisture is existed on the earth crust. Okay, so it can also be used to analyze the amount of greenery, right? So and minerals, whatever it is. So mostly for this purpose we are using remote sensing satellites. So in the year of 2021, on February 28th, so what is the specialty of this date? National Science Day. National Science Day. So you may have an idea about Sir C.V. Raman. C.V. Raman, he introduced the concept of Raman effect. By using this Raman effect, we can estimate, we can estimate or we can measure the quality of different types of gemstones, or we can estimate the structure of different types of organic or inorganic molecules. So finally, here in the year of 2021, ISRO launches one of the vehicle. The name of the vehicle is called as PSLV. PSLV C-51. Okay, so in this 51, 19 payloads are there. In these 19 payloads, 5 payloads are concerns to India, 5 payloads are concerns to India, and 1 payload is concerns to Brazil, and another payload, remaining 13 payloads are concerns to US. Okay, so the name of the payload, the name of the Brazil payload is called as Amazonia. Okay, Amazonia 1, Amazonia 1. Right, so here the answer is option 1. Option 1 is the right answer. So here it is. So PSLV C-51. This is the name of the vehicle. The specialty of this vehicle is it launched Brazil satellite. Okay, so what is the name of the satellite? So Amazonia 1. And what is the specialty of this mission? This is considered as the first dedicated mission of NSIL. NSIL stands for New Space Indian Limited. Okay, New Space Indian Limited. New Space Indian Limited. Actually, this is one of the body under DOS, Department of Space. Okay, so under DOS we have ISRO, next NSIL, right? So next some autonomous bodies are also be there, right? So different types of constituents are existed. So this is also one of the body which is existed under the control of the DOS. Okay, so this is the first dedicated mission for NSIL. You have to remember this type of information, right? So next one. In which of the following state is the Roa Wildlife Sanctuary situated? Yes, Roa Wildlife Sanctuary situated. Yes. So this type of questions are regularly we observed in SSC CGL Tier 1 examination. So here the options are Tripura, Punjab, Assam, Haryana. So mostly we observed in the region of Tripura. Yes, so here it is. Okay, so Tripura. So Roa Wildlife Sanctuary is majorly existed in that location. Okay, so that's why we have to consider option 1 is the right answer. Next one. Yes, in the year of 2020, the United Nations passed a resolution to remove cannabis and cannabis resin from the category of most dangerous substances. Which of the following countries was absent from the voting? Okay, so here they mentioned about one of the cocaine related drug. So it is also used as used like a cocaine related orientation, nothing but anesthesia. Okay, so this is considered like an anesthetic drug, just like that. So the name of the chemical is considered like, the name of the chemical constituent is considered like cannabis and cannabis resin. Okay, yes. So which country is not attend for the voting? So India, Ukraine, next US, Russia. So Ukraine was not attended in that voting, right? So here it is. So cannabis. Cannabis is mostly used for smoking purpose, and it is always mixed with some tobacco derivative. So consumption of these type of derivatives are also dangerous to health. Why? Because it emits some particulate matter derivatives. Okay, so it impacts on the lungs. So due to that, most of the countries completely prohibited these derivatives. Okay, so even in India also, right? So next one. What was the name of first artificial satellite launched by India in the year of 1975? Yes, in the year of 1975. Here, Charaka, next Panini, next one Susruta, next one Aryabhatta. So the name of the India's first satellite is nothing but Aryabhatta. Okay, Aryabhatta. Here it is the satellite. Actually, this satellite was indigenously developed by India, but it was launched on April 19th. Okay, April 19th, 1975. So this satellite was launched from Kapustin, nothing but from Russia. It was launched from Russia, Kapustin. Kapustin. Okay, you have to remember the name of the location also. So this is India's first indigenous satellite, not India's first indigenous launch. Okay, India's first indigenous launch is nothing but a Rohini RS1, Rohini RS1. So this is India's first indigenous satellite launch. The difference between these two things is this is India's first indigenous satellite, but not launched from India. But here, this is India's indigenous satellite and also launched from India. That's why it is considered like India's first indigenous satellite launch. Okay, so that's why we have to consider Aryabhatta. So where these type of satellites were prepared, mostly in Bangalore, in the location of Bangalore. We are having URSC, Udupi Ramachandra Rao Satellite Center, na, in the location of Peenya, near to Bangalore. So here, mostly Indian satellites are being developed. Okay. Here it is the next question. Dash National Park is in Ladakh. Okay. Which national park exists in Ladakh? So here they mention different constituents. Na? So the correct option is Hemis. Okay. So Hemis National Park is existed. So here it is some of the interesting concepts of Hemis National Park. So largest national park in India, it is considered as, you have to remember Hemis. So what is the specialty of Hemis? This is considered as largest national park in India, and highest density of snow leopards are also be there, especially in India. Highest snow leopards are existed in that location. Not only that, and some of the wildlife sanctuary. Okay, so wildlife sanctuary are also there in the location of Ladakh. So what are those? Along with along with this national park, so some wild sanctuaries are also there. One is the Karakoram Wildlife Sanctuary, you have to remember. And second one is Chantang Cold Desert Wildlife Sanctuary. These two wildlife sanctuaries are also be existed in the location of Ladakh. Okay, right. So next one. What about the remaining options? Suppose if you consider Gir or Manas, okay, or Namdafa, these are also important in examination point of view. Na? So here the most important one is Gir. So where Gir National Park is existed? Okay, so Gir National Park is existed in the local in Gujarat. Na? Next one, Manas National Park is existed in the region of Assam. Next one, so Namdafa National Park is existed in the region of Arunachal Pradesh. So here in examination point of view, you have to remember this one. Okay, so Gir National Park existed in which locality? Gujarat. Yes. So next one. So Tapovan Vishnugad hydroelectric project is located in which state? So here they mention Himachal Pradesh, next Ladakh, next Uttarakhand, next Jammu and Kashmir. So Tapovan. So this is also one of the famous for geothermal energy. Na? This is also one of the famous location for geothermal energy. Yes, so it is actually existed in the locality of Himachal Pradesh. So that's why we have to consider option 1 is the right answer. Option 1. Sorry. So Tapovan Vishnugad actually located in the region of Uttarakhand, not Himachal Pradesh. So option 3 is the right answer. So here it is. So Tapovan, this is Tapovan. So this Tapovan is located in the region of Uttarakhand. Okay, so that's why we have to consider option 3 is the correct one. Next one. The depletion in the ozone layer is caused by. The depletion in the ozone layer is caused by carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, next methane, next chlorofluorocarbons. So here we have to give the priority to chlorofluorocarbons, CFC. So if you consider CFC, chlorofluorocarbons, here it emits chlorine free radical. This is called as chlorine free radical. So what is the specialty of this chlorine free radical? Each chlorine free radical can collapse 1 lakh ozone molecules. For example, if you consider ozone, when it is bombardment with chlorine free radical, then it can be dissociated into O2 plus OCl dot. OCl dot, this is nothing but ozone depletion. Okay, so ozone depletion, ODS. So these substances are considered as ozone depleting substances. Ozone depleting substances. Depleting substances. So where this ozone layer is existed. Okay, actually ozone layer existed in stratosphere. Okay, next the role of this ozone layer is it filters UV rays only. UV rays. It filters UV rays. And one more interesting point is here we are having different, okay, and one more interesting point, the thickness of ozone is considered like 5 ppm. 5 ppm. Sometimes they rise, okay, this type of options also. So in that you have to consider 300 Depson units. Depson units. So in international point of view, this is considered as SI unit of the thickness of ozone layer. Mostly this terminology is only used to indicate the thickness of ozone layer. Na? So this is also one of the interesting concept here. And ODS, ozone depleting substances. So what kind of chemicals are responsible for ozone depletion? So one of the major one is CFC, chlorofluorocarbons, and second one is hydrochlorofluorocarbons. Next, third one is hydrobromofluorocarbons. Okay, next, fourth one is halogens. Next, fifth one, halogens. Next, sixth one, methyl bromide. Next one, okay, next one, carbon tetrachloride. So these are all considered as some of the major responsible chemicals for ozone depletion. Okay, yes, so this is the final concept about ozone depletion. Here the right answer is chlorine. What about methane? Actually methane and nitrous oxide and carbon dioxide, okay, so these are considered as carbon dioxide, these are considered as greenhouse gases. Okay, yes, so here it is, this is the concept about the remaining options. The next one, consider the following: carbon dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, oxides of sulfur. Which of the above is or the emission or emissions from coal in combustion at thermal power plants? Okay, suppose if you consider thermal power plants, in that we are using coal is one of the major derivative. Na? Coal is used as one of the major derivative. So still India depends upon coal derivative. More than 55% of power production in India depends upon the coal derivatives. Na? Okay, so the source to generate thermal energy in India is coal. Okay, so what kind of coal derivatives are majorly being used in India? Lignite derivatives. Okay, so mostly we are using lignite, this type of derivatives. Na? Yes, so if you are using coal, then what kind of emissions we will expect from these thermal industries? Okay, from these thermal industries, we can get carbon dioxide. Next, nitrogen dioxide. This is nitrogen dioxide. This is carbon dioxide, and this one is sulfur dioxide. So these three gases are majorly be emitted from thermal power plants. So that's why we have to consider option D is the right answer. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. So these three are the correct option here. Next one, the red data book published by the International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources contain the list of. So here they mention about IUCN. Okay, IUCN stands for International Union for Conservation of Nature. Okay, nature and natural resources. You have to remember the abbreviation. And here they published one of the book that is considered like red data book. Na? So what is the specialty of this red data book? So here they mention different options. So endemic plant and animal species present in the biodiversity hotspots. Okay, next, threatened plant and animal species. Next, protected sites for conservation of nature and natural resources in various countries. Okay, so here if you consider red data book, actually it is having threatened plant and animal species. Okay, so that's why we have to consider option 2 is the right answer here. So for example, if you consider rhinoceros, next Asian cheetahs, okay, so next African cheetahs. Recently, in the year of 2022, in India, so in the location of Madhya Pradesh, nothing but in Kuno National Park, 8 cheetahs were rejoined. Some cheetahs were rejoined in Kuno National Park. Na? Okay, so why should we consider only African cheetahs? Actually, its population is more than 7,000 like that. But if you consider Asiatic cheetahs, so it is in critically endangered one. Na? Why? Because its population is less than 100 like that. Okay, so this type of creatures, okay, so which are under the category of threatened, mostly be mentioned in this red data book. Okay, so that's why we have to consider option 2 is the right answer. So this is the correct option here. Next, the Defense Ministry of India awarded contract to manufacture 83 light combat aircraft Tejas fighters 2. So here they mention about Tejas. This is considered as light combat aircraft. Okay, yes. What is the specialty of this one? So this light combat aircraft Tejas were actually developed by, okay, so present this production is majorly observed Hindustan Aeronautical, okay, so Defense Research and Development, Bharat Dynamic Limited, next Hindustan Aeronautic Limited and Bharat Electronic Limited. So first of all, you have to analyze the importance of Tejas. So Tejas is considered as single seat and single engine and lightweight and highly agility supersonic fighter aircraft. So initially this was designed by Aeronautic Development Agency, so collaborated with the Hindustan Aeronautic Limited. Okay, so Hindustan Aeronautic Limited. So that's why here we have to consider option 3 is the right answer. So present this Tejas Mark 1. Okay, so Mark 1 is nothing but enhanced version of Tejas. Okay, so this light combat aircraft production present executed by this Hindustan Aeronautic Limited. So we have to consider option 3 is the right answer. What are the unique specialty of this Tejas? It is considered as India's lightest combat aircraft. Lightest combat aircraft. And you should also remember India's lightest helicopter is nothing but Prachand. Okay, so there is a difference between combat aircraft and combat helicopter. Okay, so this is combat aircraft. Na? So the name of the fighter is called as Tejas. This next one, in which Indian state will you find the Bareil Wildlife Sanctuary? Here also they mention about one of the sanctuary. So Odisha, Assam, Karnataka, West Bengal. So here guys, if you consider Assam, here it is having different wild sanctuaries. Na? So of course here the correct option is Assam. Option 2 is the right answer. Why? Because they mentioned about Bareil Wildlife Sanctuary. Na? So that's why we have to consider 2. So what about the remaining options? If you consider Odisha, Karnataka, West Bengal, so what kind of, okay, so what type of wild sanctuaries are exist in that? Yes. So first of all, we have to consider Assam. In that, Kaziranga Wildlife Sanctuary is also there. So this is very speciality we have. Okay, this one is having a very specific speciality. That is nothing but most of the rhinoceros in India, more than 90% rhinoceros in India, we observed in the locality of Assam, that too Kaziranga Wildlife Sanctuary. Kaziranga Wildlife Sanctuary. And next Manas Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, so Manas Wildlife Sanctuary. And next one Garam Pani Wildlife Sanctuary. These 3 are existed in the state of Assam. Next one, West Bengal. So here we are having Sundarban National Park. Okay, so Sundarban National Park. Of course, Sundarban is considered as India's largest mangrove region, mangrove forest region. Next, Odisha. Here it is having Chilka Lake bird sanctuary. Next, Nandan Kanan Zoo is also existed in the locality of Odisha. Next one, Karnataka. So Someswar and Tungabhadra. So these are the major sanctuaries which are located in different states. Okay, so here they mention different options. No? That's why we are also considering the remaining options and their related sanctuaries. Okay, yes. So next one. In which of the following state is Ankar Lake located? Okay, so here they mentioned about Ankar Lake. Ankar Lake. So in which state it is existed? Jammu and Kashmir, Bihar, Meghalaya, Assam. It is existed in the location of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, option 1 is the correct answer here. Option 1, Jammu and Kashmir. Here it is the information. Suppose if you consider Jammu and Kashmir, here it is existed Ankar Lake. Okay, Ankar Lake. So this is the locality. Mostly here we can observe that this region is majorly having Ankar Lake. Right, so next one. Desert, rainforest, coral reefs and mangroves are features of dash diversity. Okay, so deserts, rainforest, coral reefs. Coral reefs. So this is also considered as one of the largest ecosystem, and mangroves are featured of dash diversity. So here they mention genetic, so cultural, species, next ecological. So here the correct option is ecological. Okay, so what is meant by ecological and what is meant by genetic? Okay, next cultural. So here it is. For example, if you consider ecological diversity, it means it is a type of biodiversity, and here variation of ecosystems are founded in the region, in a specific region, in a region of whole planet. Okay, not in a specific region, in a region of whole planet. So if you consider the planet, it is having deserts. Next, it is also having rainforest, and it is also having, especially in the water region, it is having coral reefs like that, and mangroves are also be there. So whole planet. So that's why. So this is considered under the category of ecological biodiversity. Yes, so next one, cultural diversity. Cultural diversity. What is meant by cultural diversity? It means existence of variety of cultural groups within the society. Cultural groups within the society is nothing but cultural diversity. Next, what about species diversity? Species diversity means various species within the particular region is considered like species diversity. For example, if you consider Western Ghats, okay, Western Ghats or Eastern Ghats, these are all considered under the category of species diversity. So in those ghats, it has different types of flora, fauna derivatives. So that's why this is considered as one of the example for species diversity. Next, genetic diversity. Genetic diversity means various genes or genes within the species is nothing but genetic diversity. Let's consider one example. Suppose in India, different types of rice variants we have. Okay, almost 50,000 genetically different strains of rice we have, especially in India, and 1,000 variants of mangoes are also be there in India. So this is considered like genetic diversity. Okay, so genetic diversity. So these are the concepts about remaining options. So here, this one is completely related to ecological diversity. So next one. In which of the following state is the Bhitarkanika? Okay, so Bhitarkanika National Park situated. Bhitarkanika National Park. So this is considered like Bhitarkanika National Park situated. So Goa, Meghalaya, Odisha, next Kerala. So mostly where it is existed, Bhitarkanika. Here it is. So if you consider Bhitarkanika National Park, so it is existed in the region of Odisha. Option 3 is the right answer. So Odisha, what is the speciality of this Bhitarkanika National Park? So here, this is considered, okay, so in that locality, mangrove regions are also be there. So India's second largest mangrove we observed in the location in the locality of Odisha. So India's largest mangrove we observed in the locality of West Bengal na. Okay, so that is nothing but Sundarban. But here second largest mangrove ecosystem we observed in the surroundings of Odisha, nothing but so Betar Kanika National Park, okay, or Betar Kanika Indian Wildlife Sanctuary. It is located in the region of Odisha. So it attains the national park designation in the year of 1998. And one more interesting point is, so this site is considered as Ramsar site, okay, nothing but wetland na. Ramsar site, wetland means different types of creatures are surviving in those locations. So so those type of lands are generally considered under the category of Ramsar sites. So on 19th August 2002, it attains the designation of Ramsar site. Okay, so that is also one of the speciality of so Betar Kanika National Park. Okay, and one more interesting point is here salt water crocodiles are existed. Saltwater crocodiles are existed, and it is in the endangered position. If you consider IUCN, okay, so it publishes red data book na. So in that red data book, some creatures, okay, so threatened creatures are majorly been mentioned. So here saltwater crocodiles are also considered in which category? Endangered category. Endangered category, where it is existed in India, in the locality of Betar Kanika Indian National Park or Wild Sanctuary, like that. Okay, so you have to remember this terminology. So not only this one, here also some interesting concepts are there. So here we just mentioned about Odisha. What about the remaining ones? Suppose if you consider Tamil Nadu, so here Gindi National Park is there na, Indira Gandhi National Park. Okay, so different national parks are existed. Next, West Bengal, here also okay, so Gormara National Park is existed. Next, Singalila National Park is also there. Next, Sundarban National Park. Next, Andhra Pradesh, so Papikonda. Next, Sri Venkateswara National Park. Next, Rajiv Gandhi National Park is existed. Okay, so Odisha we already discussed about it. So that is nothing but so Betar Kanika National Park na. Okay, next at the same time Lipal National Park is also there, especially in Odisha. Okay, so you should also remember this additional data. Right, so next one. Which of the following is not a greenhouse gas? Here they mentioned helium, next surface level ozone, nitrous oxide, water vapor. Water vapor. What did they mention? Not a greenhouse gas. So first of all, what are the greenhouse gases? Oxides of nitrogen, okay, moisture, next one chlorofluorocarbons, next methane, next carbon dioxide, next HFC hydrofluorocarbons, next sulfur hexafluoride. Okay, so these are some of the examples. At the same time ground level ozone also, ground level ozone. These are all considered as greenhouse affected gas. Okay, so but here helium is not there. So this is noble gas, and it is also called as inert gas. Inert gas. So that's why option 1 is the right answer here. So surface level ozone, nothing but ground level ozone. So here guys, if you consider planet, let's consider this is Earth. Here up to 12 kilometers, that is considered like troposphere, tropo. Next, up to 50 kilometers, this is considered like stratosphere, stratosphere. So majorly we are having two types of ozone layer. Suppose if we find out ozone derivatives in troposphere, that is called as bad ozone. Okay, so bad ozone. So this is also pronounced as surface level ozone or ground ozone. Okay, this ozone is also responsible for increasing the temperature on the earth. Okay, so nothing but global warming gas or greenhouse affected gas. Next, here we are having ozone layer. Ozone layer. So this is nothing but good ozone. This is good ozone. This ozone does not affect the rising of temperature on this planet. Okay, so and in your examination point of view, you should also remember one thing. So that is nothing but global warming potentials. Global warming potentials. For example, if this planet is having only carbon dioxide, okay, this planet in this actually, if you consider Earth, so let's imagine in this atmosphere we are having only carbon dioxide. Then how much amount of temperature will be raised on this planet? Let's consider the value is just 1 unit. Okay, so compared with carbon dioxide, so how many times methane can be raised? So here carbon dioxide is only existed now. Instead of carbon dioxide, if it is having only methane, then how many times methane can rise the planet temperature when compared with carbon dioxide? Okay, so this comparison is nothing but global warming potentials. So in global warming potentials, we are considered the standard one is nothing but carbon dioxide. Now we should always compare different types of chemical constituents rising temperature with the carbon dioxide derivatives. Okay, so that's why these values are also be considered. So for 100 years we have to consider the effect of global warming. Now, for example, carbon dioxide. So its global warming potential value, let's consider like 1 unit. Okay. Next, for example, if you consider methane, for 100 years it rises the planet temperature around 21 times, 21 to 23 times like that. Next, nitrous oxide. Okay, so 310. Actually, it rises to 96 just like that. So 290 to 310. So it depends upon the number of years also. No? Next, hydrocarbons. So we are having different types of hydrofluorocarbons. So most of the hydrocarbons rising temperature is in between 150 to 11,700. Na? Next, perfluorocarbons. So 6,500 to 9,200. So which one is having highest global warming potential? You should remember that one. Only you have to remember the chemical name. So that is nothing but sulfur hexafluoride. So approximately its value would be 23,500 times like that, 23,500 to 23,900 just like that. So finally my concept here is only one thing. So in global warming potential, which is the standard one? Carbon dioxide. Next, when compared with carbon dioxide, which one is having highest global warming potential? Sulfur hexafluoride. Okay, so this one is having highest global warming potentials. Na? So where would we get these derivatives? For example, if you burn fossil fuels, we get carbon dioxide. Next, cement. Sorry. Next one, methane. So fossil fuels or agricultural sector, from these derivatives we can get methane derivatives. Na? So these are also here. You should also remember the sources of these chemical constituents. Sources of these chemical constituents. Okay, so sulfur hexafluoride, mostly in magnesium and semiconductor industry or electric power transmissions, we observe these derivatives. Okay, right. So next one. Symbex is a military exercise conducted between the defense forces of which of the following nations? Which of the following nations? So India and US, India and Singapore, India and Sri Lanka. So here guys, you can easily remember India. Okay, next Singapore. So this is nothing but Symbex. Na? So option 2 is the right answer. Option 2. Here it is the information, Symbex, Singapore and India. So maritime bilateral exercise. Na? So that is considered like Symbex. So what about the remaining constituents? Suppose if you consider India and US and India and Sri Lanka, so what type of military exercises are conducted? Okay, what is the name of those exercises? So here it is. India and Sri Lanka. Between India and Sri Lanka, the name of the military exercise is considered like Mitra Shakti. Okay, so Mitra Shakti. Next, in between India and Thailand, so Sitmex. Next, India and US, Vajra Prahar. So that it is completely concerns to army related exercise. Next, Yuddha Abhyas. This is also army related. Next one, COPE India, Air Force related. Next, Red Flag. US multilateral air exercise. Na? So you should also remember the name of the different exercises. Okay, right. Next one. Which of the following Indian cities is situated at the bank of Lake Picola? Okay, yes. So here they mentioned Agra, Ahmedabad, next Karnool, next Udaipur. Yes. So which is the correct option here? Udaipur. Option 4 is the right answer. Yes. So this is the bank river. Okay, so bank of Lake Pichola, right? So here it is having, it is existed in the region of Udaipur. Next one. Which of the following is one of the main causes of tides? Suppose if you consider Earth, it's looking like spherical, but when it is revolve around itself, it's looking like elliptical, just like this. Why? Because here we have moon. Okay. Next, here we have sun. So Earth gravity, Earth G value is 9.81 meter per second square, and moon's G value is 1.64 meter per second square. And what about sun? 27 times of Earth G value. Okay, so because of the effect of moon and sun's G value, we are getting high tides and low tides. So this region is considered like high tides, and this region is considered like low tides. So because of moon's gravity, we are getting tides on this planet. Okay, so here we have to consider gravitational pull of sun and moon. So this is the correct option here. Yes, next one. What was the theme for third global Reinvest Renewable Energy Investors Meet and Expo 2020? So we may okay, you already know about the meaning of renewable energy. So solar energy, next wind energy, next tidal energy. Okay, so these are all considered under the category of renewable energy sources. Renewable energy sources. Right, so hydel energy is also considered under the category, solar energy, almost these are all considered under the category. So, but here they mentioned about the theme of third global Reinvest Renewable Energy program. So here it is, innovation for sustainable energy transition. Sustainable energy transition. Most of the countries interesting to produce power by using renewable sources. Why? Because we will face we are present facing global warming. The planet temperature is gradually be increased. Okay, so to reduce the planet temperature or global warming related effect, we have to reduce carbon related gases. Okay, so that's why we should depend upon renewable energy sources. So this is the theme of renewable energy. So theme of Reinvest 2020, innovations for sustainable energy transition. Okay, so next one, the river Giri is an important tributary of the, so Godavari, Kaveri, Yamuna and Brahmaputra. So Yamuna, option 3 is the right answer. So where the Yamuna is existed, actually it flow mostly in Himachal Pradesh. So you have to remember this terminology. Next one, Erla, next Varna and Dindi. Okay, so Dindi are tributaries of the dash river systems. So Kaveri, Brahmaputra, Krishna, Godavari. So Krishna, option 3 is the right answer. Okay, so mostly for Krishna, these tributaries are existed. Next one, identify the state animal of Assam. So we already know that rhinoceros, no? Okay, so one-horned rhino is majorly we observed in the locality of Assam. Of course, in Assam we have so one-horned rhino. So this is a horn, no? This is one-horned rhino. So most of the rhinoceros in India we observed in the locality of Assam. Not only that, in the commonly we found it in the region of Nepal, Bhutan, next to Pakistan. Okay, so and in India, Assam also, right? So and here one more interesting point is in India, rhinoceros color would be brownish gray like that. So hairless type of derivatives we observed here. And one more interesting point is its skin would be very high thickness, na? Okay, so knobby skin mostly we observed here. Next, so 90% Indian rhinoceros, one-horn rhinoceros, we observed in the locality of Assam, nothing but Kaziranga National Park. Okay, so this national park is also existed in the locality of Assam. Okay, so these are all considered as some of the interesting points. So in your examination point of view, you have to remember where the maximum number of rhinoceros are existed in India. Next, what is the name of where the Kaziranga National Park is existed. Okay, so this type of information is very important. Next one, which of the following state renamed the dragon fruit as Kamalam in the year of 2021? Yes, Gujarat. Okay, so dragon fruit, you may have an idea. So in the year of 2021, this dragon fruit is renamed as Kamalam. Next, plant growth at which of the following places takes place carbon dioxide during the night? So what did they mention? Plants grown at which of the following places take up carbon dioxide during night time? Actually, daytime, if you consider photosynthesis process, photosynthesis process. So here in daytime, carbon dioxide and water mostly be absorbed in presence of sunlight and it forms carbohydrates, na? Carbohydrates like that. Okay, carbohydrates. Along with that, we are also getting oxygen and some amount of energy. So mostly we observe photosynthesis process in daytime. But here they mentioned about in the period of night time. So where would we observe? Deserts. Okay, so why in deserts? Mostly this type of phenomena we observe. Actually, in deserts, if you observe in deserts, the amount of moisture level would be very less, na? Okay, so that's why it absorbs carbon dioxide during the period of night time only. Okay, so those type of plants are considered as xerophytes. Okay, the plants which are grown in the region of deserts are called as xerophytes. Yes, so the speciality of these xerophytes is absorb carbon dioxide during the night time to prevent the loss of water. So this is one of the major example for that. Next one, sandalwood grows in which type of forest? Here they mention equatorial evergreen forest. Next, savanna forest. Next one, tropical rainforest. Next, tropical deciduous forest. Okay, yes, deciduous forest. So where would we observe sandalwood derivatives? Mostly low temperature region. Okay, so where the temperature level would be less, in that locality we observed these sandalwood derivatives, na? So that's why we have to consider option 4 is the right answer. So tropical deciduous, okay, so deciduous forest. What is the speciality of this tropical deciduous forest? Here the rain level would be in between 200 centimeters to 70 centimeters. That's why temperature level is also be decreased, na? So because of that, mostly we observed this type of plantation in the region of tropical deciduous forest, na? Yes, so next one, which of the following is the nodal ministry for implementation of Swamitva scheme launched in the year of 2020? Actually, Swamitva. So this program was initiated by Government of India in the year of 2020 and the project duration is only 4 years. Okay, so 2020 2024. This is the duration of the project. So it was introduced by Okay, it was unveiled by Ministry of Panchayati Raj. Option 4 is the right answer here. So here it is the information. So Swamitva means nothing but survey of. Swamitva stands for survey of villages and mapping with improvised technology in village areas. So most of the cases in courts related to land disputes, na? So we are not having exact lands, okay, exact land values. So because of that, we are having maximum number of cases in courts are related to land disputes. So to overcome this type of things, okay, so we should need satellite based or drone based surveillance. Na? So what I'm saying is, so this is completely related to digitalizing land records or empowering rural India. Okay, so by using satellites or drones, we can estimate the exact borders of the land. So this project was introduced in the year of 2020. So this is the total estimated period to complete this project is 4 years only. 4 years only. So it was first implemented in rural areas. So especially in 6.62 lakh villages, it will be covered. Right. So this type of concepts mostly we observed in Swamitva scheme. Okay. Yes. So next one. In which of the following state is the Kolleru Lake located? So Kolleru Lake, Madhya Pradesh, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. So where it is located? Andhra Pradesh. Option 3 is the right answer. Next one. Which of the following state launched the scheme Sujal Drink from Tap mission that aims to provide quality drinking water directly from tap all households in urban areas? Okay. So here you should remember urban areas. Next, Sujal drink from tap mission. So what is the specialty of this mission? Aim to provide quality drinking water directly from tap to all households. So in the region of urban areas, na? So the correct answer is Odisha. Okay. So here you may observe that. So to provide 24 hours quality drinking water, Naveen Patnaik, so Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, inaugurated this project. Okay, so inaugurated this project. Na? So the benefit of this project is 2.5 lakh residents will be benefited by utilizing of this scheme. And one more interesting concept is, so Puri, okay, the pilot project, this one is implemented in first location, Puri. So Puri becomes the first city in India to achieve while drinking from tap quality water. Okay, so almost all the region of Puri is having this scheme. Na? Yes, so that's why you have to remember Puri becomes India's first city which concerns to Sujal implemented scheme. Sujal implemented scheme. Okay, right. So next one. In which of the following Indian states will you find the Kunchikal Falls? Okay, so Kunchikal Falls. Where in which state this type of falls mostly be observed? So here they mentioned Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Karnataka. So option 4 is the right answer. Okay, in Karnataka we observed Kunchikal Falls. Here it is. Option 4, Kunchikal Falls. Next one. Which of the following is the largest seabird with the longest wingspan? Okay, so what did they mention? Largest seabird. Largest seabird with longest wingspan. Yes. So option 1 is the right answer. Why? Because so the name of the bird is called as wandering albatross. Na? So here it is the wandering albatross. So if you consider this wandering albatross, its wings would be very lengthy, right? So that's why we have to consider option 1 is the correct option here. Okay, right. So next one. In which of the following state the Eco Retreat festival held every year? Okay, Eco Retreat festival every year in which location mostly be observed? Yes, so option 2, Odisha. Okay, so in the locality of Odisha we observed eco retreat festival in every year. So that's why we have to consider option 2. Here it is. So it is completely eco retreat. Next, who was the brand ambassador of World Wildlife Fund India's Environment Education Program as of January 2021? Right. So here they mention MS Dhoni, next Diya Mirza, next Vishwanath Anand, next Virat Kohli. Actually, option 3 is the right answer. Vishwanath Anand is considered as brand ambassador of World Wildlife Fund India's Environment Education Program. It's next one. So in October 2022, dash Indian beaches were awarded blue flag certificate by an international jury comprising eminent members such as UNEP, WTO, FEE, and IUCN. So this is the latest report. In the year of 2022, how many blue flag, how many Indian beaches awarded with blue flag? So 12. Option 2 is the right answer. What is the specialty of blue flag? Suppose if any beach attained this blue flag award, then those locations mostly be preferred for foreigners, to visit foreigners. So it should have at least a blue flag award. Okay, so that is also one of the interesting concept here. And in environment point of view also, some valuable flora fauna derivatives mostly be existed. Okay, so most of the surroundings regions are considered under the category of eco-related oriented. So that is the specialty of blue flag. So here, so 12 beaches we have. 12 beaches we have according to latest report. Actually, it was so international jury. It was certified by eminent international jury. In that, we are having some major bodies. So one is UNEP. UNEP stands for United Nations Environment Program. Okay, you have to remember the abbreviation of this terminology. Okay, United Nations Environment Program. Next, United Nations World Tourism Organization. Next one, so Foundation for Environmental Education. And last one, IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature. Okay, so these are the major bodies, especially in the international jury, to award blue flag. So up to now, we have 12 blue flag awarded beaches, especially in India. Next, which of the following state become the first state to provide tap water connection to every rural household in the year of 2020? Actually, we have Jal Shakti Abhiyan. Okay, so Jal Shakti Abhiyan. According to that, the first state is Goa. Option 2 is the right answer. Okay, it attains first state to provide tap water connection to every rural area. Here they didn't mention about urban areas. Suppose if they mention urban, you have to consider Puri. Okay, located in Odisha, but here this one is connected to rural area. Okay, so next, Indian Forest Act 1927 was enacted after repealing which of the following Indian Forest Act? Actually, Indian Forest Act was introduced in the year of 1878, and it was enacted in the year of 1927. So that's why here we have to consider 1878. Option 2 is the right answer. Okay, right. So next one. So the name QR Sam. QR Sam was in the news in 2022. What is QR Ram? Okay. QS Ram. Sorry. QS Ram. QS Ram means, actually it is considered under the category of surface to air missile. Okay. Not QS Ram. It is generally considered like QR Sam. QR SAM. QR means quick range surface to air missile. Quick range surface to air missile. Okay, so its range is less than 30 kilometers. So here it is surface to air missile. Na? So short range ballistic missile, short range surface to air missile it is. So that's why you have to consider option 4 is the right answer. Dash is a sessile animal that relies upon its relationship with plants like algae to build the largest structure of biological origin or biological origin on Earth. So, so what did they mention? Sessile animal relies upon relationship with the plants like algae to build largest structure. So if you consider these derivatives, actually these are called as coral reefs. Okay, so coral reefs. So these are considered as the largest one. Okay, so largest one. So that's why we have to consider option 4. Of course, these are also living animals. In these coral reefs, calcium carbonate derivatives are existed. So this is not considered as a stone. Okay, suppose if you consider stones, those are completely inactive. Na? It means abiotic bodies, but it is biotic bodies. It means a living body it is. Next, through which of the following action does the lithosphere moves over the asthenosphere? Yes, so here it is the spheres, lithosphere, and here it is asthenospheres. If these plates are moving, then it is considered like plate tectonics. Okay, so that's why we have to consider option 2 is the right answer. So this is these are the different types of examples which were mentioned in your examination. So we will expect same kind of pattern in this year also. So that's why you have to focus on latest current affairs related latest current affairs related issues. For example, environmental related issues, next ISRO, next DRDO related issues. Okay, so mostly we are getting in this orientation. So this is the total information about general awareness concepts. So in that we are majorly discussing today, we are majorly discussed about science and technology and environmental issues. Okay, thank you.